خلاص يبقى نجاوب على الأسئلة after There was a question about that Dr. Nabil said you have to be assertive with the children. So the question is how to be assertive with the children when the children are difficult to deal with them.
I don't think all the children are difficult. Yeah, there is a category of children, we call them difficult child. But not all the children are difficult. Children, some of them are easygoing. Some of them are slow to warm up. Some are difficult. And some are really stubborn. وطبعا يعني الناس اللي stubborn دول, the children are stubborn, there has to be one of the parents stubborn. Because genetically, we inherit some characters from parents, and acquired, we also learn some characters from parents. Assertiveness with children means you have to stop yelling and screaming. It's number one. Number two, the children must learn if mom or dad will say something, they are not going to repeat it again. Just one time. And there are consequences. And these consequences are going to apply to them if they don't listen. I don't think in the school system the teacher repeats what he wants from the students 3-4 times in order to start doing it. It's one time. So the way I raise my children, I say what I want to them in a very loving way. My voice is not showing that I mean what I'm saying. So if he's playing with whatever game he's playing, and you want to tell him, it's enough. You tell him, Habib is enough. He's ignoring you. He will continue to play. Second time, it's sufficient. كفاية بقى. He's not listening. Third time, I told you it's enough. Then he will off again. Then he knows. After 3 times, he will listen. And he already programmed you. Not you programmed him, he programmed you. That you will try with him 2-3 times, then you start yelling and screaming at him. So you start from the beginning telling him, as of today, and you say it this way, not as of today, Habibi, we are going to do, no. You say it, better for you to listen. As of today, when I say something, it's only one time. Do you hear me? It's one time. I'm not going to repeat it again. If you don't listen, there are consequences. And by the way, in our house here, there is no space for someone who doesn't listen. There is no place. So I don't give him that choice to listen or not to listen. I tell him, when I say it, you have to listen and do it. Teachers, they teach in the school this way. They don't give choices. If you don't listen to me, you will go to the principal office. Some kids prefer to leave the class and go to the principal office. That's why they are not going to listen. In any game, any football game, or any game, if I give a choice to the player, he has the right to choose whatever. But in teaching our children, we don't give choices when I am giving them orders or when I am asking them to do something. My voice, my eye contact, features of my face are showing that I mean what I am saying. And be ready to give the consequence, which you already explained to him before, or to her before. So assertiveness means when you speak with them, you use the tone of your voice, without any yelling or screaming, because yelling and screaming to him is weakness. He intimidated you to the extent that you have yelled or screamed, then he is a winner. This is his psychology. You understand that? And by the way, manipulation of children starts when their age is few months. They scream and scream for no reason till you come and be beside them. Then they know if they will scream, they will come, even if they don't need you. If you are sure that they don't need you, you ignore them. Let them scream. Even if they will vomit, let them. 1 time, 2 times, then he will know. He will not use that tactics, which we call it throwing a tantrum. Throwing tantrum could start with babies, few months. So be very careful for that. Could we start now? This is the last session about how to build healthy self-esteem for your own children. And it's not that difficult if you are not one of those parents who are using negative style of parenting, which we have mentioned yesterday. Do you remember them? Yes? Then no, you don't remember the negative styles of parenting, the 10 negative styles of parenting. Any one of those who are here were here yesterday, did you find yourself in one of those negative styles of parenting? Okay, just for the sake of benefit, I will repeat them again. Because if you are one of them, you have to change your style. The 2 positive styles of parenting are the authoritative, which set rules with the other spouse, other parents, and explain it, and always they allow time to communicate with the children. A contrast to the authoritarian, which he doesn't give any time for communication, only give orders and it has to be done. And it has to be done without communication. And usually the authoritarian is authoritarian in the whole household, with the spouse and with the children. So the first positive is authoritative, and the second is permissive. Permissive means he could drop something easy. If someone will come later than the curfew, few minutes, even up to half an hour, and he or she called before that she will be late, then it's okay. This is permissive. And the best kind of marriage is between authoritative and permissive. But the negative styles of parenting, number one, authoritarian. Number two, rejecting parents. Number three, perfectionist parents. Number four, overprotective parents. 5, over-permissive parents. Then harsh parents, harsh abuser. Over-giver parents. Inconsistent parent. Double-bind parents, and then absent parents. Absent is physically there but is not there, psycho-emotionally available. And I explained that last time. This was one of the main factors in developing low self-esteem in children. Do you understand these types? Do I have to explain one of them? Or do you understand them all? فاهمينهم? Okay. If you by chance find yourself one of those, please try to change. Because you are one of the main reasons for your children to develop with low self-esteem. Now, I will tell you about the therapy now. If your child has low self-esteem, what signs of low self-esteem? It's clear on him or her that she doesn't trust herself, she has no confidence in herself, she's trying to avoid any challenge situation, she's avoiding any competition, she feels and she thinks about herself so many negative things, then what to do? I will give you the main lines, main headings. Number one, love of Christ and your love to them. Number two, praise, 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 praise. Number three, encourage, 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 encourage as much as you can. No criticism. Pay full attention to them. Find situation for them to succeed and achieve. These are main lines. After that, there are other factors which are normal in parenting, which you have to know, which I will explain at the end. So, for you as adult, I mentioned yesterday the love of Christ for me is expressed in 3 items or issues. I will explain it to my child, but in a language understandable to them. Before that, number one advice is say I love you to your children. Some of us, if you return by your mind, you do love your children, but you don't say it verbally. And the children will tell you one day, you never said that word. And nothing wrong to start saying it even if you are 70 or 80 years old and your son is 60. Nothing wrong. But some of us, that word, they can't utter it. They cannot utter it. They cannot say it. Even to their spouses, they cannot say it. يقول ما احنا بنعمل كده. No, I want you to say it to the child. It's a magic word for them if you say it in its effect. Then I will explain to them why Jesus Christ loves them. And I tell them who is Jesus Christ, and he by himself is the one who loves them so much. I will explain in their own language, according to their age, why they are created in his own image and likeness. I explain that he is very special child, and he was added to the children of God in the baptism, and that God gave him a special name in the baptism, and he is not just counted as one of the children. No, he is unique and significant, and God knows him by his own name. And when I call for God, for Baba Jesus listens to me because he loves me so much. Then I explain the third issue, that he wants to give me life, to give you life, and he is the one who planned to get you to our family as a blessing to our family. So he will understand that his presence in the family is a blessing of God to the family. He's a valued member of the family, because God is the one who brought him to the family. And he has given a place for him always between his arms, because Jesus loves the children so much, and he was not pleased when the disciples tried to get them away from him. And he told them, let the children come to me, because he loved them. And he surrounded them by his arms. He hugged them. He put them on his knees, because Baba Jesus loves you by name. And I could get an icon for Jesus with a child. Either he's hugging the child or putting his head on his shoulder or chest, or putting him on his knees, surrounding him by his arms. There's so many icons like that, or pictures. And if you know an iconographer, he could write or paint, write for you that icon, Jesus with your particular child, the picture of your child. He will take it and he will paint the icon with him sitting in the lap of Jesus. So we know, when we look, my place is between the arms of my Jesus Christ. So I explained to him these facts, and I always say to him, I love you, since he's young. When kids start to listen, kids start to listen from the first month. They are gathering information, especially about your face and how do you smell. They know mothers and fathers, their voices, and the voice of the mom from outside the room talking to her baby calms him down. Her presence is very important. And I explained to him how he is so special to Jesus that he assigned certain angel to be a private angel for him, the guardian angel, and he never leave him alone. He's around him to protect him, to take care of him. I explain all these facts to prove to him that he's so loved by Jesus Christ. And you love him too. Then starting that issue of praising your child. Try always to praise your child for his good characters, or for godly characters and qualities in him. It is nice to comment about the beauty, the outer features which Jesus gave it to him or her. But focus mostly on godly qualities. And why we don't focus only on the outside look? Because one of the personality disorders, which is known as histrionic personality disorder, is mainly because we focus only on the way they look, especially with girls, not inner qualities. Try to be sincere, real, genuine when you praise them. They are very sensitive if you are fake. They will know that you are fake. So praise them about something you know is real. Be sincere in the way you praise, and please praise them in front of others and in privacy, one-on-one. Show them that you are proud of them, one-on-one. Proud of them because God gave you to me, and you are a child of God, and there's so good things, good characters in you. I'm so proud of you. He has to hear these words from you. If you have not said it, start to say it. So I said, love, 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 praise, 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 then encourage, encourage, encourage. Encourage them to express their own feelings, thoughts, opinions, needs. Don't try to belittle, to devaluate what they are saying. Whatever they are saying, listen to it. Let them freely express their emotions. If they want to cry, let them cry. If you want to say something to you to express what they are thinking, don't say this is illogic, this is unrealistic, this is very childish. No, listen to it. Listen to what they are saying, and especially encourage them to question, to ask questions, and tell them how valuable is that question. And try to answer these questions. If you don't know the answer, tell them, I promise you, I will get you soon the answer for that question. But don't shy of answering any question they ask. Satisfying their curiosity and showing that if they initiate by asking a questions, you are teaching them how to initiate a communication later on when they are adults. If you suffocate them, if you criticize them when they talk, if you stop them because they are annoying you by too much talking, you already decided that your child, when he will grow up, he will never be able to initiate a talk or a communication. He will sit in a meeting, he wants to talk, but he can't. He will be in a board meeting, say in the company, he can't initiate a communication. The more you encourage them to talk with you and show them the value of the question and repeat what they are saying to them with nodding and eye contact, they feel that they are valued. You cannot speak to your children without paying attention to them. You cannot speak to them while you are viewing a TV program or holding a newspaper or a magazine. You are faced away from them without any eye contact. They need a smile, an eye contact, and showing the value of what they are saying, and to give them a hug. Why? Because they said a valuable statement. This will encourage them to communicate with you when they are adolescent about very private matters you want to listen to it. Their relationship with their peers, their desires, their sexuality, what they are seeing. You are the one who will open that channels of communication or close it when they were children. And always children will try to test you by saying something about friends when they are young. And they will see how much you are going to be surprised or alarmed. How this could happen? If you will show that, they will never open up to you and say something about themselves later. So try to listen with open mind to whatever they are saying about their friends, what's happening in the school, what they have seen on a computer. just to encourage them and build a trust-based relationship between you and them. Because you want them to communicate with you when they are adolescent. Encourage them also about their achievements. The main difference between a man who has very good self-esteem and a man who hasn't, that when he was young, his parents prepared chances for him to do something, to achieve something, and they praised him and encouraged him. I remember in our times when we were young, this was over 65 years ago, I remember streets also were not that safe. You can't let a boy 4 or 5 years old to go down the apartment building and walk by himself in the street and cross major intersections with buses going to go and reach certain shop to buy something for you and return. Overprotective parents will not ever do that. And especially if that child is so precious to you, the only child or the firstborn. But if you go with your young children to an airport, let them go and read the screen and come and tell you. When you go to a shop, let them talk to the cashier. Let them choose. Ask them, go and get me something. And praise them because it's right, what they got for you. Then after that, send them to talk while you are away, not with them, with others. You are supervising from far away, but you are giving them the chance to develop trust that dad and mom trust me to go and get such and such or deliver a message to such and such person. So you are trying to find chances for them to achieve or to succeed in doing something, whether at home or outside, and you encourage and praise them for that. The more they find chances which establish in them that I am able to do such and such, when they are young children, 4, 5, 6, they are building inside them self-confidence. And when I am sending to do something, I tell them, you are not alone. You know that your guardian angels are with you. Don't fear anything. I am here sitting. You go to that screen in the airport and see the number of the flight and did arrive or not, and we go and they'll come to you. Even these simple things, it builds inside them trust, that you trust them and they can do something. And they could succeed in doing it because you praise them for that. The more these small challenges, you let them go through it and they succeed, the more they trust themselves and they are confident that they can do it. As I told you one time maybe, I know a girl, or I have known a girl, when she was 15 or 16 years old, Her dad is mechanic, car mechanic. He trained her to do whatever. Any maintenance in the car. When she reached 15 and 16, she could take the whole car apart, pieces, and build it again. A girl, 15, I'm not talking about changing the oil, no. The engine itself, the engine, she takes it out and cleans it and knows its parts and puts it again using all the machines, helping her dad, and now she can do it by herself. So it's good to take your child with you to teach them how to mow the lawn, how to use snow blowers, how to do something in the house, how to use screwdrivers, if you yourself know. But show them how to use their hands, give them, according to their age, chances to succeed in doing something, and then praise them and encourage them. The more the children are skilled and they know that they are skilled in doing certain things, they feel more confident. So it's not only academics, skills in life, social skills in talking with others, communicating, resolving issues between them and their friends. All these, you teach it to them and let them do it. So what I am building in them from confidence depends on the skills I am teaching them. And they are loved. And they are encouraged. And they are not criticized that much when they start expressing themselves. And they're paying attention, put attention to them. They know I am valuable. That's why dad or mom are listening to me. What I am saying is valuable and I am valued in their eyes. It gives them the feeling that they are significant, important. When you pay attention, full attention to them and encourage them to express themselves. Whether they share in choirs or church plays or school activities, it's all important. Involving them in sports, especially one-on-one sports, playing tennis, teach them self-defense by martial arts, taekwondo, and they take belts. I know very good that my grandchildren, 2 boys of them, at age 7 and 9, they have black belts in taekwondo. How did they get it? 3 or 4 years, every week, 2 or 3 times, they go to train. And look for the Chinese people in the Olympics. You know how rigorous is their training in order to achieve. And in gymnastics, they have full self-esteem, very confident, because any move which is not right means less degrees. They are not going to get 10. So, training, achieving, succeeding in doing that. The more you spend quality time with your children, attending their games, going to parents' meeting with them. I'm talking both parents go, not only the mom. You celebrate with them any positive chance when you win. And you encourage them if they don't win to continue. That's life. So we are trying to find chances for them. So remember now, love, praise, encourage, find chances to achieve. And then praise them and encourage them after that. So these are some of the main headings. But there are others. We are responsible for the security of the environment around them. Children growing in a secure environment will have a good self-esteem. I mean, secure environment means no violence, no yelling, no screaming in the house. And they are aware of the presence of the saints and Christ and guardian angels. They feel secure. They trust the environment around them because of your presence and the presence of Christ. And then later you are not there, but their guardian angel is with them and Christ is with them. So you give them the feeling of peace and security inside them. It adds to their self-esteem. Being involved with them, available and involved with them in quality time, whether playing with them, their training them for certain routines, routine of going to the church for communion, going to shopping, bedtime routine, all these, being with them, training them is important for them, because training means they will learn something, they do it again and again and again till they master it. Even putting on their shoes, putting in their clothes, choosing what's right from the clothes, all these, you are teaching them freedom of choice, choosing right, how to do it for yourself. If you promise them something, please fulfill it. If you promise your children something, don't play tricks on them. If you promise that you will give them something, you have to do it. Take them away, you have to take them away. And be away from any partiality. Don't discriminate between them and other siblings. Don't favor one on the other. Be careful. If one of your children is sick and you have to take care of that child more, be careful unless the other children understand why. They will think that you favor that child, and it will lower their self-esteem. Please, I beg you, before age 6, try to establish in your children gender acceptance. before getting into age 6. Let them ask any question about their bodies. Show them the role of the man in the house and the role of the woman, and how the two are valuable. If one of the two parents is authoritarian, is controlling, the kids might hate that gender of the authoritarian person. And hating one gender means they might not accept that gender. Be careful. We have to be good examples, good models in front of them, and everyone, mom or dad, are valuable. If I am a girl, I will be treated as a girl. I will not be a tomboy because dad wants me to be a boy, or he preferred to be a boy. Or if I tried to be a boy, nobody told me, no, you are a girl. The same applies to boys. There's girlish stuff, I don't do it. I don't encourage them by nicknames which are feminine and they are boys. Sometimes, of course, they try to put on the shoes of their mom when they are 4 or 5. You tell them, listen, no. This is for women. You are a boy, you'll be a man like your dad. So, be careful in that area. Because if their esteem plus the gender acceptance, both of them are disturbed, you are getting problem in the future. The children needs to feel respected. So respect between you and the children has to be mutual. I respect their toys. I respect what they are saying. I respect to a certain extent their privacy. I have to respect them and respect their own friends when they come home to visit them. This is important. How to respect the children and their friends. And of course, it goes without saying, please don't punish your children in front of their friends. And don't punish your children in front of anybody. Take them inside, let them understand why you are applying the consequence, let them understand and apologize by saying why, what they did exactly, what the mistake, apologize for it, and then they have to go through that consequence for some time, out for some time, and then you hug them. You show them that they were honest by saying that, and then give them a hug. We are still building the healthy self-esteem of our children. I did not get at all into the spiritual part yet. You have to find in you children something good, something positive in them. Away from the criticism, away from negative characters in them. Some kids feel that mom and dad cannot find anything good in us. Show them what's positive in them. And if anything negative, explain it to them. Also, Structured environment is important, which means rules. For every house, there has to be rules. The rules, if a child grows self-disciplined, he knows what to be done at a certain time. He knows what's meant by study habits. If he starts something, he will finish it in time. He's self-disciplined. We call him ruly, which means he follows the rules. This is a structured environment around him. If he will work in any company later on or in government, he will follow the rules. But with ability to initiate a talk and communicate and has self-esteem and trusting himself because of what you have done. We as parents try to be away from the inconsistent mood. Sometimes anxiety, sometimes depressed, inconsistency, instability of our mood. And also, we have to be consistent in showing and expressing to them our love and our compassion and the encouragement. We have to develop patience. We have to be patient. We have to develop patience in the process of training our children. And some children will get you not, especially those who are very difficult children. A strong-willed child, although they are going to be leaders, but they need patience. And they need prayer too, for their sake. So we try to set for them rules, and at the same time we surround them with love, praise, encouragement, and no criticism. Finally, we are responsible for the spiritual growth of our children, which means introducing them to facts of faith according to their age. And the most important fact that Jesus loves me. And Jesus is available to me. With all his powers and angels, they listen to me when I pray. So I have to pray with them and read the Bible with them and show them heaven, all heaven are listening. When we say one or two words, tell him, already Jesus heard you and is so happy that you are talking to him. Dad and mom are good models, not only in the church, but outside the church, home, and with others. They are looking to us as examples and models. We are responsible to raise them understanding what is belonging. Belonging to Christ as the children to the Coptic Orthodox Church, member of the family, valuable member of the family, so he belongs to the family, and belonging to the country. He has to respect his country, which has his earthly citizenship from it. I don't talk bad in front of him about clergy in the church, friends. They are so sensitive, their ears are so sensitive to hypocrisy. When you see me or listen to me saying something bad, and after 1 hour I am hugging that person. or talking with him over the phone. So I have to be careful. Don't instill in their life negativity, because they are sensitive to whatever negative. Now I am responsible, this is the final part, to develop healthy conscience, healthy godly conscience, which means the value system, the moral codes, which I will own it as my conscience, which I am going to measure with it what's right and what's wrong. I gave you these lists. I'm sure you are doing so many of this. If you are not doing one, please take care, try to apply it. If you are doing all of it, continue. If you are not doing any of it, God bless you. One day maybe you'll be able to do it. But be sure that as a parent, you are the connection between them and heaven. And you are the main reason for them to develop with a healthy personality or a disordered personality. God bless you.